Let me introduce you now to our Octomore 10 years old as part of our Octomore 15 series. Of course, with the 10-year-old, we're exploring the influence of age, the influence of time on our whiskey. What will that bring? We'll find that when we taste this, the viscosity will be slightly different, the balance of peat will be slightly different. So a really interesting angle to see how it shapes the whiskey. Let me give you some details here. Of course, our Octomore 10-year-old is 107 ppm. The ABV is 52.2, so in comparison to the other whiskies in the Octomore 15 series, of course you can see the strength is naturally lower, and we'll see how that affects the flavour and the palate and the texture and the feeling. So to give you a few more details here on the cask types, we have a variety of casks here. Again, each edition of 10-year-old, we are not trying to replicate the same style each time. Each one is a unique vintage, it's a unique kind of take, of course, a unique ppm. The cask type here, we have a predominant base of bourbon barrels, some Pineau de Charentes casks in there as well, which again, the French oak starts to give us a real point of difference, how we bring some fruit into there from the wine. And it's a really interesting whiskey and quite unique. We've never used those casks before. So having a look at the colour, again, you can see their influence, you can see that lovely depth of colour. And again, if I give that some movement in the glass, that lovely viscosity, that lovely texture, the way those legs behave, you can see this is more succulent. You know, we'll taste that, we'll experience that on the palate. If we have a little nose, I'm getting dried fruits, I'm getting this lovely kind of butterscotch, molasses, I'm getting spicy notes, I'm getting that lovely influence from the oak. And again, even the American oak behind that vanilla, that caramel that comes through is absolutely incredible. Really makes you want to have a drink, doesn't it? So let's do exactly that. Again, just the way that age, the influence there, that lovely succulence, that texture on the palate is deep and it's rich. It's got this lovely character to it. This roundness, this influence that only age will bring. And you can feel it on the palate and the way it behaves on the palate. What I'm finding here as well, along with that kind of dried fruit, along with that apricot, that kind of peach and kind of dried fruit notes, I'm getting these layers of kind of butterscotch, just layers of spice that come through from the wood. It's an absolutely beautiful dram. What I'm not getting so much is the peat smoke. And it's interesting how the influence of age allows the flavours of the cask to come forward and the layers of peat smoke just to sit a little bit further back. And it's only now on the finish when I'm starting to get that typical Octomore dry, earthy peat smoke. And it behaves so well. Again, 107 ppm, it's a very heavily peated malt, but through that distillation process where we're accentuating the character we get through the fermentation, as we're thinking about that quality of spirit we develop, the peat smoke just comes through and it's dry and it's elegant and it's absolutely incredible. All in all, that whiskey just shows us all the elements of Octomore and how it changes with age. And this is a real whiskey to sip and to stop and to think and take some time with. So I'm going to have another little sip, have a little think about this whiskey, and I hope you do too. Sláinte.